Okay, I got the Pretty Excellent Watercolor. It's the 36 set. It was 20 something on Amazon. I wanted to get it open and on stream if I can get it open. Yikes. That's okay. There we go. Mechanical pencil did the trick. Wanted to see what this was like. It's supposed to be compared to the Paul Rubens, and I don't have the Paul Rubens. Christmas is coming, and I know people are going to be looking at gifts for their loved ones or for themselves. I wanted this to use in scrapbooks to give it a chance, and I'm gonna also wanted to be able to refer it if it's any good. My best friend is interested in some watercolors, so I wanted something affordable for her. And like I said, Christmas is coming. You might want to look at gifts for people, and Black Friday will be coming before long, and there might be some good sales. So here we go. So the packaging's nice, and on the back they have the list of colors. We got white, lemon yellow, cad yellow, yellow orange, cad red light, so on and so forth. Open it up. Oh, I love that color. It has a really cute parrot on it with the mailing. I hope I'm saying it right. Like I said, there's 36 pans. They give us a swatch card. I'm not sure if it's watercolor paper or not. It has the colors on it. It also gives this, it shows that they have a 24, a 36, and a 48 count. But it's all in, I think, maybe Chinese. So I will be doing a swatch. They enclose plastic on it. I think I'm going to keep that for if it's wet. This will be a great mixing area. I figure this might be a good little plein air travel kit. Is really light. None's falling out. I've seen some other YouTubers where they flipped it and some of the pans have fallen out. So as there's this plastic, you have more mixing space, but you got some glue, so all right. I guess we'll go ahead and take that off. Yikes. Well, alrighty then. So obviously before that can be used as a mixing space, it probably should be washed out. Hopefully if other people got it, it's not the same. I figure when I'm done with the colors, this will be a tin that I can repurpose, reuse for more watercolor. Let's see if I can get this back in here. They include a watercolor brush. It looks like it's like a medium size. And you know, you gotta, if it twists to the right, I believe, or you have to close it. It's one of these weird ones. Okay, yeah, you just gotta play with it. So I don't think I will use the watercolor brush, but I'm gonna leave it in there in case I ever forget. So I am gonna go ahead and pause this so I can go ahead and do the swatch. Okay, I put a drop of water on all these so we can begin. I'm going to a little bit of white. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over top because I want to see if anything's opaque or if it's transparent. I want to actually see. Now for lemon yellow. Cad yellow. Very nice. So far they seem to be pretty transparent. We got orange yellow. And you know, of course, this is, I don't know what type of paper this is, but we're gonna go ahead and it's working out okay. Yeah, these colors are really pretty so far. Cad red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's easy to lose. Where are you at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. It's really easy to like lose track where you're at on it. And of course I don't know if you guys can see this, it's the palette, it is beading already. It's because it's a new palette. Should put that over here so you guys can also see what I'm doing. But there's the cad red, cadmium red. I'm presuming it's a hue because cadmiums are actually pretty expensive. So we got vermilion. Some people would go over this is the such and such numbers, but we're a beginner channel. We will learn that in time. Right now I just want to get a feel of the paint. Some scarlet, I believe right there. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, so far the colors are really nice. Okay, some carmine. Ooh, love that. And these aren't perfect. I just kind of want to get the general idea. I like to do ruby red. I like to do swatches on new paint so I have a idea of what I'm working with. And I've been eyeballing this palette for a really long time. Okay, Matter Red. Ooh, that's really pretty. And I thought this would be great for either plein air. I thought possibly for doing my sketchbooks. I wanted to try it to see if it would be a great beginner watercolor palette. Most people aren't going to go out and buy the professionals to begin with. Okay, we got violet red. Got some fresh purple. Some deep violet. These colors are really pretty. I think it's gonna work. I think if I like it for the coloring books, I'm gonna get the bigger set. So then, because it has some of the glitter colors, But I didn't want to invest in all that if I didn't like the paint. I didn't know if they would be chalky or not. And so far, it's really not chalky. I'm really enjoying it. It's like a sky blue. Ooh, that's pretty. And I'm not rinsing my brush too good. Not being overly fancy with it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lose track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay, right here. Sorry, guys. Ooh, that's really pretty. And then cobalt blue. They give you some really nice choices. The color previously was fresh blue. I guess I should be saying them as I'm doing it. Now we're going to go to some ultramarine. That's a watercolor classic. What a funny name, turkey blue. And that's kind of like a turquoisey color. That's really pretty. Some Prussian blue. I love me some Prussian blue, guys. Ugh. It's pretty for some water. And then we got Payne's Gray. Another classic. And then yellow green. Okay. Now I'm going to go rinse my water because it is quite yuck now. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video for a second, guys. And I need to rinse the water, and then I will be right back. All right, back in action. We're going to move on with some True Green. That's a really pretty color. And then we got some Hooker's Green. Pretty. Ooh, very pretty. So I'm going to take this and wipe so we can have some more area to work with. It's not perfect, but I'll be right back. Okay, moving on. We got some deep Hooker's Green. Pretty. Moving on to Emerald Green. Ooh, that's pretty. Emerald Green is like one of my favorite colors. And then we got some olive green. Add a little bit of water to it. Whoops. There we go. I think this paper is more like a hot press, so the water seems to be, the paint seems to be running yellow ochre. That's pretty. I love me some yellow ochre. Got yellow sienna. Ooh, I'm curious about this color. That's pretty. It's almost like a raw sienna is kind of what it reminds me of. And then we got a sienna, which is probably like a lighter. And then we go into a burnt sienna. I love burnt sienna. Burnt sienna and ultramarine makes a beautiful neutral gray. And then we got Van Dyke brown, another beautiful brown color. I think this set has everything you need to begin. It's a nice little set. I will be trying it out in a painting the next time I go to paint. I want to actually see how it performs, besides just doing swatches. But yeah, these colors are very nice. A couple of the colors seem very similar though. Maybe it's just because I didn't, they either got too wet maybe. So once they dry, I'll be able to tell a little better. And then two, once I can actually use them in a painting, I'll be able to really tell. So I will be right back as this dries, and we will go from there. So this is almost pretty much dry now, and I have to say the colors are really, really pretty. I'm very impressed. They don't look chalky to me. Now the paper wasn't the best, but I believe it's hot pressed, and granted I did use a lot of water, and it may not be the exact colors, but I'm gonna play around with it and do a painting, and at the end of the painting I will let you know my thoughts, my feelings. So you'll have to stay tuned to the rest of the video to find out whether or not I liked them or not. I will let you know how we feel. So what we're going to do, if I don't make so much noise, I want to go ahead and wet the paper. Now remember, we're just trying to test out the watercolor. Sorry, trying to concentrate, and it's really driving me crazy. I just got this new paper and to trace, and I have to say I'm not that impressed with it. Anyway, the reference picture comes from Pinterest, and I just traced it. I'm not a real strong drawer yet, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do wet on wet because I want to test it out. And we got our little color code. So I'm going to start out with, I think, some of this turkey blue. I have to say, this turkey blue is really pretty. And I want to light color, I think I'm going to mix it with some of this sky blue as well. Now, I don't know if this is light fast or not. So, I would basically be using these for just my coloring books and sketchbooks and practice. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm not like really worried how well the picture turns out, main goal is just to really want to test these watercolors. I want to see how they perform. And there's really no way of knowing until you use them. So I'm going to begin by putting a light coat of the mixture of the two colors. Trying to avoid the boat, but not too upset if I hit, the boat. Nice simple picture for testing out. We won't be using all the colors, but we'll have a good sense. Plus, I want to try them in a coloring book. But that will not be today. This is just going to give us a good overall view. I'm just trying to do like a light coat to begin with, before this paint dries. The colors are pretty translucent. I never tried the Paul Rubens. I want to actually get a set of those and actually do a comparison. But in the near future, I will be doing a comparison between the Winsor & Newton Copman pocket set, the Van Gogh pocket set, and the Mi-Ling. Pretty excellent here. I want to see how all three compare to one another. I'm going to go ahead and I want to take some more of that turkey blue. That's such a pretty color. And I want to add some more color. And I'm just I want it to not fill in all the colors, but I do want it to be a little brighter. Because I'm going to try to layer this, because I want to see how it layers. And like I said, this isn't going to be no Picasso painting. That's not the purpose of this video. The purpose is to see how the paint performs. So right now, just kind of going over it. And I am using the fluid watercolor paper. I actually really like it. This isn't the 100% cotton one. They do have that one and I use it and it's very nice. The picture has it where it's darker down at the bottom and lighter on top. I did the opposite. I have it darker in the back and lighter in the front, because I want to make it like this shore is coming up this way, although I might end up changing it. Now I'm going to remove a little bit of this color because I want it to look like there's waves there. And then when that dries, we'll add another color. But in the meantime, we'll work on the boat. So on the inside, it has some blue. So I think I'm going to take some cobalt blue. I think that's what that color is. Seems that way. Mix it up here. I'm going to go ahead and dab some of the water off. and just fill in this little area. Trying to keep my head out of the picture. You don't need to see my big red head. Okay. Got that filled in. So, now I think we're going to take some, we need a reddish color. So I think I'm going to take probably a little scarlet. Right here. Actually, I think I want a little bit of scarlet. I think this is scarlet. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so cad red. There we go. Cad red mixed with a little bit of scarlet, which is this color. And then I'm going to take a little of that color, matter of the red. Okay. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that mix over here. And I think I want to put a little bit of burnt sienna. That's one thing with a palette you're not used to, is trying to find out what the colors are and how they mix and all that. But so far I'm really liking this palette. Yeah, I love that color. Burnt sienna and cad red with a little bit of I believe it was a little bit of the scarlet. So now we're going to go ahead and take this, and it needs to be red, this reddish color. But I like this boat picture. Pinterest is a really good place to get some reference pictures. There, Pixabay and Unsplash. Those are my favorite. Ooh, got some paint right there. You know, if that ever happens, one thing about watercolors, some of the colors are pretty forgiving. It just depends. So what you can do is take a little bit of that water and then kind of lift. Sometimes you can work it out, but I think we can cover it up anyway with the layers. So one thing I can say about these paints for the review is the color is not very forgiving. Okay, well, it's not going to come off the easiest, so moving on. That's good to know. It's not real good at lifting, so that might be out if you want to like lift the sky or do some of that technique, because that color is not coming out very well. And normally this paper, you can do that technique. That's part of the reason why I like this paper. Anyway, this color worked out great for the boat, I think. This paint may not lift very well, but I think it's going to be a really good beginner paint. I think the price is right. It has pretty much the colors you need. I don't think there's too many colors where it'll be like terribly overwhelming. Sometimes it can be awful trying to figure out. So we're going to take some cobalt blue, but trying to figure out if you're new what colors. It is definitely a problem. In the near future, I will be making a video on how to pick colors if you're going to fill them yourself with tube paint, or if you want to get a set like this. I want to have a couple of choices, so I want to see what you're going to get the biggest bang for the buck and, you know, better quality. So with ultramarine and burnt sienna, and I think I'm going to go ahead and I want to add a little bit of this cad red. Well, it's cadmium red, but I tend to call it cad red. Yeah, very nice. One, it'll make the color more cohesive because of using a limited palette. I'm trying to watch how many colors I use, but I want to have a feel of the watercolor. The paintbrushes I'm using, by the way, is the Princeton Snap. Emma Lefebvre really refers them. They're a really good beginner water brush. So I want to add some shading here, and how we got that blue right here, that's actually going to work well with the shading. We can work with that. So I'm just going to add some of that here and barely on the edge here, but I'm not doing all of it. But this we definitely want in shadow. And then I'm going to go ahead and take, using this size 2, because we want a really small brush, is what I'm using. We're going to add some of this, like it is in the picture. Just slowly kind of blending it. I want to just add some of that color. We don't want it filled in though, but just so, like so. Now, I'm going to take some of this cad red, and that belongs here, because this is that thumb bar thingy, whatever. So I kind of want it like that because it kind of goes down at an angle. And I think I got a little too much red, but I don't know. This really don't remove very well. Oh, there we go. There we go, guys. There we go. It's removing. So it's not totally out if you mess it up there, but it's not the greatest. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to deepen up this blue. And I'm going to use it between the cobalt and this is that turkey blue, which the name cracks me up, and then cobalt blue. And we're just going to deepen this for now. Very nice. Okay. Very nice. And then So now I want to add a little bit more. I'm going to take this cat orange, or not cat orange, but cat red. Add a little bit more cat red. Not rinsing the brush a whole lot. I want to kind of keep it dirty. And add in a little bit of blue to dirtying it up. There we go. And actually, we didn't even need any of the burnt sienna. The blue mixed with the orange made a really nice contrast. So we're going to darken this up on this side, because it looks like it's kind of more in shadow, and then kind of add a little line there. And then I want to go over this, and then we will add more shading to it. Oh, beautiful color there. And you guys, I have to say, this is layering really nicely. Nobody says you have to use expensive paint to have nice pictures. That's why I'm anxious to try the Van Gogh as well. It's always nice when you can find a budget-friendly alternative and you don't have to buy supplies that break the bank. So I'm going to add some more color here. Kind of mark it down here. I want to add. Now, it looks like there's some like yellow. So how we are going to do this, because we're still trying to keep a very limited palette, I'm going to go for a little bit of this. There we go. Let me see, maybe the yellow ochre might be a little better choice, I'm thinking perhaps. Actually, yeah, I think we're going to use the yellow ochre, but we're going to water it down. There we go. Having it watered down. And then we're going to add some in the boat. Making sure you don't have too much water on the brush. Oh, that's beautiful. And then taking some more of that yellow ochre. And we're going to put it down, making sure there's not too much water. And I am doing it straight across, so it looks like ripples. And it's going to make it the reflection of the boat. Now you're going to have to keep watching to the end to find out what I'm thinking totally about this watercolor set. My thoughts, my feelings. What do you think they are so far? What are you thinking from watching? Okay, now I think I'm going to need to add a little bit of more of that just to the top. Okay, I can tell you right now it's layering really nicely. I'm going to do it through here. Okay, so now we're going to add some darks. I'm going to take this Cad Red, and then I want to add some blue to it because we want to tone it and neutralize it down, make it into a gray. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely, that's lovely. And then we can add a little bit, tiny little bit of this yellow. And there we go. Because when you mix all three colors of because they're on the color wheel, when you mix all three colors, it makes a very lovely neutral. So what we're going to do is add some darks. And once again, we're doing it straight across because we want it to be like wave-like. Like I said, this picture isn't going to be perfect. It is pretty late here and I'm tired. But I wanted to have an idea of what it was like. I was dying to find out. I have been wanting to try these for so long for myself. Okay, we're going to add a line down the center. And then a little darker line through here. Okay. So now we got that. I think I want to add a little bit more lines of the blue to the water. Back here, because it's in the distance, we're not going to add that much. Just here or there. Just the slightest little hints. These colors are really pretty. Just the slightest little hints still here and there. Kind of. Now for this, I kind of want to go like in between, but you got to be careful. You don't kind of go over what you did with the colors. And then out front here, because you're going to want to show some perspective, you want them to be longer. Because you want to show the movement to the water. Okay. Now once again with the neutral that we made, I want to add some more darks. So we're going to make a little bit more. So a little bit more of the cad red. We're going to take some more of this blue color and mix that in. Well, actually, we'll have to take a little bit of the cobalt. Mix that in. Stir in a little bit more blue. Perfect. And then we're going to take a tad bit of the yellow ochre and mix that in there. And we got a very lovely neutral, but we're going to add a little bit more blue to darken it up. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. We want to dab some of the water off. And now we're going to go in and we want to make this even darker yet, along with this. And then over here some. Because we just want to layer some. Very nice. And then once again, on the one side. And then there's some shading on the top. Kind of goes at an angle. And then there's like a lip. I think we need a little bit more red. I think that red color needs to be darkened up. I'm just not real happy that it's not that bright yet. So we'll do another layer. Clean up some of the edges. And then another coat of the darks. Because we want to make sure it's dark enough. We want that contrast. I think that needs to be shaped this way, just a hair more. There we go. Try not to get my head in the picture. And then I need a little bit more darks through here. A little bit more yellow ochre. Dab off some of it, and then we're going to add some more yellow. I think it needed to be brighter. We lost some of it. Sometimes with watercolor, you do got to add, like if you lost, you just, you know, because it dries lighter. And I want the darks to really contrast against it. Once again, let's make some more neutral color. Cobalt blue. Cad red. A little bit of yellow ochre. Beautiful. And then we're going to put it right here. Lovely. Love that. Just want it. Very nice. Okay, overall, my thoughts, feelings. I freaking love it. They did a wonderful job. They're very transparent. I would strongly suggest them for a beginner. I'm not sure how light fast they are, but for coloring books, sketchbooks, for practice, they are going to be absolutely wonderful. I have to say I am very pleased with how it turned out. The only negative I can see was, one, the tray itself. Two, there was glue. Was definitely a con on the inside of the palette. And then three, I mean, well, I guess two was the biggest things. Just the glue inside the palette, and then the fact that, you know, there was, still can't believe there was glue inside of it. Anyhow, overall, they performed really well. I'm overall pleased, and I definitely would recommend them to a beginner. So, this is how the picture turned out. So, if you like what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can see what's up next. Stay tuned to the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.